Hi there, Dixon here, and you're listening to another episode of NTD, a podcast by Dixon and Doja. This one is actually another entry to Doja's POV for our ongoing POV series. Here, she talks about a certain Babaluwo, his nephew, and the business from which they get their owo. You might catch yourself grinning from ear to ear while listening to this episode, mainly because of how Doja talks about what she talks about. I'll say no more at this point and allow you to sit back and enjoy. And I'll say to Doja what Cash Daddy always says whenever he picks up the phone. Speak to me.
Okay, so I know I have complained before on how that was on Doja's interview when I was talking about how difficult it is sometimes to record an episode. And this is just one of those times. I've been trying so hard since like last night to record this episode, but you know this thing where they say girls' hostel is really noisy. It never made any sense to me because like my room is like at the far end of the hostel, so I never get to, understand why people say girls' hostel is very noisy. Until last night. This is one of the times I have to record an episode by myself. And I was trying to find a serene environment because I didn't want to do it in my room. But I promise you guys, I was able to do that. Everywhere I was just like, this is how you guys are trying to talk in the night. Like, is this what you do? Anyway, that is a crazy aside. I know you saw the title of this episode and you're probably wondering, Cash Daddy K. And okay, for some people, right, there are some people that already know what I'm about to talk about. Like, I know my sister knows what I'm about to talk about, but I don't know if everybody knows. I mean, if you're an avid Nigerian book reader, you should know what. Okay, no, you shouldn't because I don't expect you to have read all the Nigerian books that I have read. But Cash Daddy, anyway, is a character from what's this woman's name? That will be Trisha. Yes, that's it. That's the name of the author of the book. I Do Not Come to You by Chance. I don't know. I think it came to light recently because they are trying to do a movie. Okay, they've already done a movie adaptation for it, but they're just yet to release it anyway. So yeah, Cash Daddy is one of the characters from this book, and he's a 419er. I don't know. I think there's a difference between 419 and Yahoo. I think 419 is like cyber fraud, the main one they call cyber fraud, and then Yahoo is not the one that involves occultic, I don't know, Baba Juju things. Anyway, I don't know, please, I'm not an expert in these things. But yeah, so Cash Daddy was a character from, but he was not the main character. So I Do Not Come to You by Chance is actually about Kingsley. Kingsley is Cash Daddy's nephew, and he's an engineering student. I think he just graduated from university, and his parents were all these go by the rules kind of people, and they wanted him to just like get an engineering job and start getting money because his father was a civil servant, but I think he was retired and wasn't getting money and all of those things. So he was the first son of the family now, and obviously responsibilities would be on his neck. So he was quite about certain things. He was just like, I need to make money for my family, my siblings, and kini and all of that. Especially because of the fact that his dad didn't like have money at the time, right? So his dad now falls sick eventually, and because he was trying so hard to find a job, like just find a proper job, engineering, based on what I studied now, and just get a job, but it wasn't working out the way he planned it in his head. When they say when you graduate from school, the world will be rushing you, the companies, something like that. It wasn't working out. The companies were not rushing him. So his dad falls sick, right? I think he has a stroke or something, and they take him to the hospital. But Nigerian hospitals now, you don't, what is federal, what do they call these things? Federal hospital, public hospitals, government hospitals, yes, where if you don't put an upfront, like if you don't pay upfront, if you don't deposit something, they can't admit you. And like the situation was that bad. So Cash Daddy, actually, his name is Uncle Boniface, and he's Kingsley's uncle, his mother's brother, right? So, and the man was the kind of person that he was a big man. Actually, he had a lot of money. I said he was a 419er, so he had money. Right, but he was, these people that are doing philanthropy work in the society to cover up the bad thing that they are doing inside their closets. Right, that's the kind of person Cash Daddy was. So most people liked him, but then the mom did not want like the family to be associated with him because he didn't complete his education. I remember I told you that his family were kind of people that liked education, so he didn't complete his education, and they knew, everybody knew. It's a kind of thing where they know what you're doing, right? But they can't confront you because yeah, either too influential or they're just benefiting from you or something like that, or I don't know. But anyway, so the mom did not want Kingsley to associate with him. But then this was a situation, it was a life or death matter. So Kingsley had no other choice than to go and meet Kajai. Daddy's in the hospital. We have to do something about it. So I think the first time he goes meet Cash Daddy tells them to go back and change the outfit. The man is actually really funny, man. Okay, no, is he funny? It's this thing they call dry humor. He's not very funny, but he just used to say a lot of things that are supposed to be funny. So when you're now seeing it and like, oh, this thing must be funny, you now laugh at the dry humor. That makes sense, Abby. Anyway, so Kingsley goes to meet Cash Daddy, and Cash Daddy gives him money actually for the hospital, to pay the hospital bills for the dad that was at the hospital at the time. So I think he comes back to meet Cash Daddy because like this is someone that has this money, right? He's a relative of yours, and as much as he's not getting his money in a legit way. At that point, it was not a problem to anybody because nobody could approach Cash Daddy and take him, come and arrest him. That except his clients, overseas clients, not come for him, something like that. So Kingsley just saw it as an opportunity of, this person has money and we need money. So I don't know what mom is doing, but I'm going to just go after the man, be collecting his money. So anyway, I think he goes back to meet Cash Daddy one time, and then Cash Daddy now introduces him to the 419 business, and he's like, oh, you should try this out. And then Kingsley now decides to go and start working for Cash Daddy since he was trying to be a good person and society was not being fair to him. So he decided to go and work for Cash Daddy. He was working for Cash Daddy for a while. His parents were really, really angry about it. I know his mom was really upset. He would bring stuff to the house and she would collect it. He would buy stuff for her. He would get it. But Kingsley now he came out next fast in the game. Like, he now knew what he was doing. He knew what's up. So he now started having his own abroad clients and, stuff. He used to have the people that, he had his own game going for him, right? And he was actually becoming really successful. At the end of the day, I think, something happens, Cash Daddy dies, and whatever. Now, before I begin to get serious, there's this thing Cash Daddy does that appeals so much to my sister and I. So he'll pick up his phone. You know when you pick up your phone, let's say you receive a call, you're like, hello. Cash Daddy pick up his phone and says, speak to me. I was reading one of the reviews. I was always like that. Because the man tries to hold meetings in his toilet. Like, he can be having a business call. By business, I mean like his phone business inside his bathroom. Because like he had the whole company. He had people that he had a secretary, he had people that were working here, people that were pick calls here. So. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, it was a whole thing going on for him. But then I think he was running for a political position, something here and there. And then they took his life because, like they say, politics is a dirty game. That's how he died. Anyway, Kingsley continues with the business, and then he now decides to now start a company of his own. I think it was like a tech company, not tech, but like all these companies where they do all these photocopying things, kini. So that, like as a cover now to the 419, because you're actually still doing it, right? And then his mom was now, at the end of the book, we see that his mom was, I don't know if it's indifferent about the business. She was sure proud that her son had a business, but I'm sure she knew somehow that he was still engaging in 419. Anyway, the acknowledgement of the book, the author is like, I would like to, usually I don't read acknowledgements. I think I've mentioned this thing in a few episodes back. The author was like that she likes to appreciate her 419, how did she put it? Her 419 acquaintances, yes. She would like to appreciate her 419 acquaintances for giving her an insight into their lives. And it got me thinking for a while, because like, as much as, this is a fiction book, I was reading a review and somebody was like that, you get like so caught up in the crime that's happening, because like they really explained in details. It was from this book I really understood what people used to do when they say they're doing they're doing cybercrime. So I saw, okay, so she explained really well. The author really explained in details. So the review, actually, the person was like that. You get so involved in the crime that you forget that like it's fiction, and then you're able to slap yourself back to reality, and then you're like, but this actually happens in reality, because people are actually doing these things in real life. And it's I don't know the word to use to describe it. I don't know if I say it's sad, because usually I would like to say that, okay, like this Kingsley story now, you can say, oh, that he was trying his best because he wanted to actually work as an engineer, but then things were not going well for him. So he now saw this way to get money. Like, okay, why not try this out? And as much as, okay, that sentiment is valid. Like, it's good if you want. If it is sentimental enough, yes. So, but the thing is this, right? I think anybody that wants to get money in a legitimate way can actually get money in a legitimate way, because the problem here is that, they call it get rich quick syndrome. It's because is that quick there that's the issue, because everybody wants to get rich, everybody wants to have money, right? So it's not that quick, that's the issue, because if you say, okay, I want to save money, so and so money, start a business at this time, you're not saying that, okay, I will not get, there's people that are not saying that, okay, I will not get this amount of money in my head, I will not get it at this time, right? But there's the hunger, because especially when you see that, oh, so this person is making this amount of money, so I can make this amount of money too. So why not I try this that this person is doing? Like, it's so bad that in recent times, it's like secondary school students are just waiting to just enter university so they can start doing cybercrime or start doing Yahoo, and then they get money. And it's so crazy, because what is in their head is, if people are doing this thing and they are getting it like this and they not caught them, that means I can do it and do not catch it. And it's just sad, because they're actually legitimate ways to make money. The same way people give excuse for things like give excuse for prostitutes, and they're like, oh, you don't know what's happening to them in their family, you don't know what's going on, you don't know who they're trying to make money for. And I'm like, I understand. Like, I'm not even their situation is valid, like their condition is a very valid condition, but there are other ways, man. You can actually do it some other way. There are other ways to get money. You can decide to I don't know, do something, a legit business. I mean, there's so many things going on outside, especially now in this time and digital time and age, where they're like, okay, you can write online, you can sell your services online, you can do so and so things online and all of that. But people still decide to pick the one that they think works faster. And that's where the issue is. Because now you now hear things like, we are not actually stealing. This line was in the book where they said that they are taking back the money that they took from their forefathers. Nobody took anything. God, sit down, one, please. Nobody took anything from your forefathers. You are like, you're a thief. You are just a thief. They did not say, come on now, come on. Did your forefathers send you? They say you gotta help them and collect their good. They didn't ask you. You are stealing from real human beings. Like in the book, you see, was this particular one that, because what they usually do is that they'll send emails to people, right? And then they'll give them like business proposals. Or, okay, no, this instance was in the book. So this person was apparently, because this book was, I think, published in 2009. So this person was apparently, who's that person? I think Abacha's wife. Right. And she said she needed help getting some money that Nigerians have taken from her husband. Something along these lines. So this American guy was supposed to help her collect the money. So I think how it worked was he'll send some money to her. This her is not a her actually, just a guy that's writing an email and sending it over. So he'll send some money to her, so she can be able to get some money from him. She will now, because it's like, you send me money. When I get this one, I'll now give you interest from it. Like, I'll now pay you back with interest. So the person's like, okay, of course, why not? They'll now send money. You now say something happened. Next time, say, oh, we need so amount. Remember, don't worry. It's 100,000 now. It's just 20,000 they are giving me. So I can pay you back. I'd even pay extra. So the guy will send again. He said, you want to come again? Something happened. Oh, we cannot get past this so stage and we need more money. Please, can you help me? My family is this. My kidney. The guy will now said, the next thing, like, he will now start responding like, oh, the money, time will now come. They will now stop responding to them and all of that. There was this particular instance of this guy that I think he borrowed money to even do that, to invest in that person, because he felt like he was helping somebody's life. And um some stuff happened, and they started coming to him to pay up his debt, and they were not answering him anymore. I think the man killed himself. I think he put a gun to himself and killed himself. And then when they now brought the information to Cash Daddy's company in quotes, and Cash Daddy is not like that. Do you know his family? Do you know his wife? So what's your business? Yeah, I've got your money. Because man, it's just it's sad. It's really sad because for the term 419, like the fact that it's also and so person doing 419, it has become so cliche that we don't even focus on it anymore, because it's just like, oh, okay, this is what this person is doing. Oh, okay, oh, this is what he does. And it's just like, apart from the fact that, okay, EFCC, the Nigerian government is doing everything that they can to curb the situation. I don't know if they are doing what they can. I believe that they are doing what they can, right? But it's just weird. Like, it's how normalized it has become. Like, so normal that, okay, it is now one of the means of making money. It's now an occupation. Like, oh, this is what I do to earn a living. Like, it's weird. It's weird. And as much as, okay, I'm a kind of person that I do not like to talk about things that I've not gone through. But I don't know. I don't know. I believe that even if I was as poor as a church rat, I I think it comes from, like, there's this compassion that should be in your heart when you are taking things that do not belong to you. Because it's like high level theft. Like, it's high level robbery, because this is someone that you have never met before. You don't know how the person is living. You just believe that, okay, because this person is abroad, or this person is so and so, he has money and he doesn't have what to do with it now. So we are suffering more in Nigeria than they are suffering wherever they are. So I deserve their money. Who do you think you are? You deserve whose money? As what now? Like, it's just crazy. It's really crazy. And I feel like, well, God will help us. God will help us in this life that we have come. That's all I can say, because it's not that I'll just walk up to someone that's doing phone and I'll start to explain all these things. He might not see from my point of view, because he's getting money and that's all that matters to him at that point in time. So somebody can be doing 419 and forget and decide not to do any other thing, like with life. Like, they're already into it, they're making their money. So it's like you just speaking to them is like idle tales. Like, they don't even care about what you're saying. At this point, can't even come aside explaining to them that, oh, are you concerned about the family of these people that you're stealing from? Like I said, God will help us, because as much as I do not like to judge from an outsider point of view, it's not like I've been in this situation before and I was in it, and then somebody came to meet me and tell me that, although I know in my heart that I will not do this kind of thing, I know it, right? But it's just, this is now me talking about the people that are already doing this thing. Like, it's their means of livelihood now. This is what they do for a living. They don't plan on changing later. They don't plan on getting money from 419 and investing it in a real business. It's just like, and I think it's just crazy, because it affects their brain now, because it's just the pursuit of money and wealth and all of that. Because once you start getting money from two place, you're like, okay, if I can get Susan and so I can get this amount tomorrow. I can also get this amount tomorrow. And then I can get more and more of this money that is not my own, that I'm practically not working for. I can get more of it. And it's just, oh well. In my own opinion, I feel like this is not, like, your situation, your poverty level is not an excuse, actually. It is not an excuse to do 419. It's not an excuse. There are so many things you can do to get money from so many places. So I've said so many things. I've said so many things, and I don't know what you're taking away from this. I don't even know where I was driving to, but I've said a lot of things, and I know I've given you some things to think about. I don't want to start saying, oh, if you know somebody that's, I don't know, do whatever it is that you feel is the best thing to do. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this episode.